Mutant Town, NYC, last night. Hey, Jumbo Carnation, going home alone tonight? Are you kidding? I prefer crochet. Cab! Well, hello, boys. I don't suppose any of you big primitive humans could help me find a taxi. See what I told you? This is the guy. He was on TV, all over the news. He's famous. How about signing your autograph here, brother? Sure. Shall I put kisses? Please. Yeah, we love mutants. Hey, gross! He's turning to plastic! Ugh! That's just the skin on the outside! Run! Why? The Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. Today. Everybody, listen up. Jumbo Carnation is dead.
What? Hey, do you mind getting out of my head, Slick?
Word.
I'm trying to concentrate on making anti-gravity floats for Martha, okay? All she's got is the memory of a body.
Yeah, well, at least she's still alive and thinking about it. Jumbo Carnation is dead, loser. The best mutant designer to ever live. Some bunch of human retards blazed him right outside the X Factory in Mutant Town, Quentin.
Oh.
I've been working on some songs as tribute. Anybody wants to see me perform them can check out the benefit gig after lunch. Just thought it seemed important. Come on, Tattoo.
Gah! Tattoo only likes Slick because he looks cool, not because of what he is.
But what he is, Quentin, is a super cool guy with a guitar and leather pants. I wish I could be like Slick.
Now there's cool, Herman. Sophie.
Sophie? Which one is Sophie? They're all four the same.
There's 5 of the Stepford Cuckoos, you totally see-through moron.
Hey, Quentin, how much you bet that Slick could get Sophie to drop her pants with the power of his mutant charisma? All 4 of them, and Miss Frost, behind the gazebo after open day.
5! 5 of them!
Keep shoveling in those chocolate bars and there'll be 5 of you to match them.
Shut up, Herman! Slick's so charismatic he has to copy whatever it says in the latest glossy magazine. He knows nothing about real style. I have here the coolest artifact of all time. Check it out. This is the front page from the Daily Bugle on the day I was born. It's from right around the time the first mutant started showing in public. Agree with me. This is awe-inspiring.
Pretty whack, QQ. The dude at the whip's like Satan or Prince Namor. Right on.
That's what humans thought we were going to do to them, Spike. Oh, and by the way, Herman, chocolate makes you smarter. I wish I'd be 2 Einsteins. You got a call from home, Quire. Get a mobile, you weirdo. Get telepathy, retarda. This insane pop art masterpiece goes on the common room wall as soon as I'm done. What? My mom is what?
Jumbo Carnation. Let me guess. His parents didn't choose his name. Jumbo was a mutant fashion guru, Miss Frost, and a flamboyant young club entrepreneur. It's not the sort of thing we're normally keen on, but he made some lovely clothes for the X Factory store. Tentacle stockings, wing gloves. Fascinating. And where can I meet this style prodigy, girls? You can't. He's dead. He was murdered by humans, and everyone's very cross about it. Oh, and P.S. We don't want Quentin Quire to be involved with the Dance of the Planets display on Open Day. There's something very creepy about him and his see-through mind. Or could it be that he's Professor Xavier's prize pupil and your chief rival, I'm afraid I'm much more interested in hearing about the misfortunes of Jumbo Carnation, girls. Mutant Town. Smells delicious, I'm ashamed to admit. The explosion killed him instantly and his internal organs were cooked inside his own Teflon skin. He was a little drunk on vodka and orange juice. He'd been dancing all night. You smelled all that?
This is my first all-mutant homicide since they assigned me to the new division. Mutant side? What's the word, Henry? You'll know this.
Homicide superior.
So how are you, Henry? Dr. McCoy here saved my wife and me during a Super Terror meets women in labor incident a few years ago, Cyclops.
I did.
Ah, you remember, Henry?
Oh, I'm sorry, Officer Foster. All humans look alike to me. It's all save this and save that.
Ha ha ha! He cracks me up. He was like that all the way to the hospital, driving a tank, would you believe it? It's that dry humor.
Could you please ask people to take photographs after I finish, Officer Foster? The light's distracting me. And no cigarettes, aftershave, or perfume, please. I didn't agree to having my picture taken for the press. I seriously hate having my photograph taken. I always come out looking stiff and inhuman.
The camera never lies, my friend.
Leave Cyclops alone, Fred. Jumbo's blood was contaminated, and I'd like to take this empty inhaler we found on him to nose at.
Nice work. And if it saves you some time, I can tell you the inhaler probably contained a steroid called hypercortisone D. Keep in touch, yeah? Hey, and I heard you came out gay. Well done, Henry.
He's not gay. Hypercortisone D. This is the new drug I told you about, Scott. Mutant kids are calling it kick. You should listen more. Hank, what is this nonsense?
What? The gay stuff? Come on, Scott. I'm challenging all kinds of stereotypes here.
Really?
Okay. It all started as a cruel, calculated strike at Trish Tilby's fickle heart. I admit it. And it could have ended there. But my dear ex-girlfriend chose to prolong this ghastly game of emotional chess and leaked the news about my sexuality to the entire world's media. So I thought, why not?
But you're not gay. I know you're not gay, Hank.
So, I might as well be. I've been taunted all my life for my individualistic looks and style of dress. I've been hounded and called names in the street, and I've risen above it.
Oh, for crying out loud, Hank. I love you, but you're officially on the road to apocalyptic mind loss. No one but you is going to find this funny.
Come on, I'm as gay as the next mutant. I make a great role model for alienated young men and women. Why not? Like you should talk about apocalyptic mind loss, Scott.
Never mind me, Hank. What about Jean? All this manifestation of the Phoenix stuff. You're the doctor.
Scott, look. Jean is a grown-up, omega mutant. On the Richter scale, she'd be a 12. If she was a mountain, she'd be Olympus Mons on Mars. I ran her through every diagnostic and she's fine.
I want this to be true, Hank. But you can't run a diagnostic for what Jean's experiencing. There aren't instruments to measure where she is.
Well, as your physician and best friend, I think you're just projecting your own fears onto Jean. You seem to be holding back a lot, Scotty. More than usual. Jean will be home soon. Consider this a friendly warning. And beware of late summer frost, if you know what I mean.
Funny.
You know, I caught a whiff of something back there that made me think about when we used to hang around the school library, remember? While Warren and Bobby were out chasing girls. We were trying to be these really studious guys to impress Jean because she wore glasses. But you remember those little scrapbooks Professor Xavier used to hand out? Now they were bizarre. And we had to learn to identify the colors for all the weird costumes the bad guys wore. Whenever life seems strange, think about that.
Bobby used to have nightmares about that weird pendant. Who was that guy?
El Tigre! My God, can't you still see those drawings with the beautiful watercoloring? The idea of Professor Xavier sitting up nights hand-painting those things scarred my psyche more than any actual mutant terrorist ever could.
After Genosha, the old troublemakers don't seem to bother, do they? Everyone's in shock. Ah, just in time to become useful, boys. Some zealots levitated a rather embarrassing tribute to Man-Mutant Brotherhood, and it's wedged there in front of my classroom window.
My call, Emma.
You're a darling, Henry. Isn't he a darling? And 10 points ahead of you in the popularity polls since he came out all over the papers, Scott. When will Mrs. Summers be back? You must be missing her awfully.
Some dark word has left a cigarette burn where the island of Genosha should be. I don't know if this Dance of the Planets display can survive until open day. Jean sends her regards from Hong Kong, by the way.
How very generous of her. I was rather hoping for some expensive jewelry, but I suppose regards will just have to do. Come now, tell me all about your adventures, Scott, dear.
Now, do you five want me to talk through your plans for open day?
We won't have to talk, Dr. McCoy. We'll just let you see them in your head. It'll be more perfect that way.
Lights went out and the heavens cried on the street where Jumbo died. What kind of message can we send? When will the suffering reach its end? Can man and mutant meet as friends? Or do all hopes and legends lie on the street where Jumbo died?
Man, those lyrics are pretty embarrassing, huh, Quentin?
Hey, Tattoo!
Slick, I have a question. In what way exactly does this stupid performance benefit Jumbo Carnation, or help to avenge his murder?
Do you have a point to make, Quire?
I dunno. Have you any idea what happens inside when you find out you're not the person you thought you were? I do. How about you, Slick? Who wants to see Slick naked?
Ha 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 ha! Ah! Baby, what's up? It's still me, Tattoo. I still love you, babe. What are you all looking at? I'm still the same guy.
It's all fake and illusion. That's what cool is. That's what charisma is. That's what everything is.
Xavier's office. You test highly for superintelligence, and those anti-gravity floats you invented have given Martha Johansson's brain a mobility we never thought she'd have. You're one of the Xavier Institute's most promising students, Quentin. So you understand why it seems so out of character for you to humiliate another student in this way. You know you're welcome to spend some time at the school's Pacific retreat.
I think Slick deserved it, Professor. I had a kind of realization, and I felt Slick was just betraying the ethos of the Institute by using deception.
Okay, so Slick was a bit of a pain, but no one got hurt. I think it was wrong to take away his tangible ego, Quentin. It took him a long time to overcome his shyness by building up an illusory self-image.
He was a liar, and I don't need a retreat. I just need a haircut. I just found out I was adopted today, Professor. It's made me think about things differently. And sometimes, I think all that seems to matter to you now is being on television and telling everyone how wonderful your brave new world is. Well, I live in the brave new world, and it's not as shiny and perfect as you'd like to think. You're always selling this future that never arrives. You preach utopia, but you never deliver on this dream we keep hearing about.
Quentin, I know that nothing seems to make sense right now, but we didn't bring you here to lecture or punish you. There is another reason. Dr. McCoy.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that I noticed some anomalies in your blood test results, Quentin. Right now, your brain is burning sugar 15 times faster than normal. It's literally on fire. Hence all these big thoughts and ideas. We'd like to put you on a mega glucose diet and keep you under observation. You may be experiencing secondary mutation. Observation?
Mutant Town.
Everybody deserves it, you fat loser. The professor's a fake. Mom and Dad are strangers. Everything's a lie. And the drugs can't hurt me, can they?
So, what's it gonna be, kid? The shaved looks big on the streets.
Forget it. That's so out of date. There's this new thing. You see this insane pop art masterpiece? Can you cut my hair like the guy in the picture?
The Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. Welcome to the special class, everyone. My name is Zorn. I am to be your teacher, but I also wish to learn from each of you. I can learn you to count, sir. You forgot no girl in your roll call. Just 'cause she's totally conceptual doesn't mean it's right to ignore her. Then let me see once more. Angel, Basilisk, Beak, Martha, Ernst, Dummy. Still no girl. Perhaps she has gone ahead and waits for us outside. Come, let us learn from one another as we share the beauty and mystery of this great world together. You bet, Mr. Zorn.
This is awful hard work, Mr. Zorn, sir. Yeah, how come everybody else gets to sit in class and watch mind movies? Because maybe special equals garbage, Angel. All the freaks and losers are now halfway up the mountain, so no human has to throw up when the school's open day happens. I'm sure I explained that we will be back long before open day, Beak. The hardest part of our climb is almost done now. Mr. Zorn, is it true you were locked away for years and years? Martha says you were locked in jail for something. Once, men chained me down in a great iron dungeon for many years, until the X-Men found me. Now it is my joy to walk these hills with their radiant stones and fertile living systems. Inside my head, where you and others have a brain, I have a little star, Ernst. I was bound in darkness, but I never lost the freedom to dream. I know, but how did you pee? What? Ugh. Back at Xavier's. I agree, certainly, that stereotypical portrayals of mutants have come a long way since I founded the Xavier Institute. My X-Men and I have spent many years working to liberate the negative image of mutants from the hands of bigots and propagandists. But in light of our efforts to heal the split between humans and mutants, and especially in the context of the upcoming open day for both races, let's just say your mode of dress seems somewhat deliberately provocative, Quentin. That's all.
These clouds are part of a creative history project, Professor Xavier. I think it's time young mutants reclaimed some of the offensive imagery produced by bigots and propagandists in the mass media. I wanted to use the open day to make a strong confrontational statement about how far we've all come from those dark days of persecution. That's all, Professor.
Yes, your look certainly has the desired effect, Quentin. Where possible, however, we prefer to examine non-confrontational pathways. Our young Mr. Quire thinks 10 million brilliant thoughts per second, Charles. The rest of us can't seem to keep him distracted with our shallow and grubby paddlings through the minds of the rich and undignified. Miss Frost is correct. You've changed considerably in recent weeks, Quentin.
But isn't change the point of our education here? Butterflies from caterpillars and all that old stuff from your very first lecture. All I've done is see things from a higher perspective, sir. All I've done is grow up a little.
And we're all very proud of you. However, in 3 days' time, the Institute is opening its doors to humans and mutants alike, and I'd prefer to avoid confrontational statements. But that's actually not why I stopped by. This is Own Up. The professor wants to know if any of you naughty bohemian boys and girls have been on the puff, as they say in the local discos.
This is ridiculous. I actually have an important question, Professor. If my clothes are provocative, doesn't it follow that it's more provocative to invite humans into a school filled with vulnerable mutant children? Didn't humans provide the weapons which just killed 16 million of our people in Genosha? Didn't they just murder one of our greatest artists, Jumbo Carnation? We live under constant threat.
Miss Frost, please. This is an immediate threat to all of us, Quentin. I'm not here to tell you or anyone else what to do, but we have reason to believe the stimulant known as Kick is neurotoxic. Using these inhalers may irreparably damage the mutant X gene. Arm yourselves with information. Please think before you act.
One more thing, Professor. I don't know if you realize this or not, but my clothes are based on designs by the late aforementioned Jumbo Carnation.
Sit down and shut up, Quire. I was having the best day of my life in Hugh Hefner's head till you started up.
Maybe you've heard about him. He was murdered in the streets the other night. Jumbo dreamed of seeing mutant models on the Paris fashion catwalks. He dreamed of having his talent accepted. Just like I dream of a world where I don't have to live side by side with his human murderers.
Just because some birds are irrefutably black, it does not follow that all birds are blackbirds. You are falling into logical error, Mr. Quire.
I was just testing. I'm only playing devil's advocate, Professor. You've always encouraged us to dream. I just wondered what would happen if one of us had a dream you didn't like.
The dorms. How about the basketballs on this midget, guys? What's up? Glob's just been telling me about you and the professor in telepathy class.
Xavier's just a bald guy, Radian. Some birds are blackbirds.
You're trying to humiliate me with this get-up, right, Quentin?
Shut up, redneck. We're a gang. We all wear the same clothes. We want people to copy us. Ask Tattoo. She's cool.
Cool. Super zeitgeist. I am that blackbird. Glam, industrial, clockwork orange. Next level, Quentin. You score.
See? It's based on what humans thought we might wear when they were most scared of us. That's where Jumbo got the idea, and that's where I got my idea. We're going ahead with this, all right? We have to make people scared again. Lasts for 5 hours. One puff enhances your mutant talent up to 5 times.
Gimme that. What's it like? I never done anything like this before.
It rots your X gene and kills you dead, Brother Radian.
Yeah, right. Let me at it.
What's it like? It's like breathing the electric air of the future.
Mutant Town, NYC. Juggernaut is a mutant band. You hate mutants.
Yeah, but they have some cool bands. Mutants have some great bands. They got Sentinel Bait and Cerebra Storm.
I hate mutants, okay? Mutants can... suck?
Now then, what's that we hear?
What we looking at? Hey! Mutant scumboy! Check him out.
All this low opinionating and disrespect from an ape who can barely think in his own language. You know when you had that big idea in your head to walk past this alley? I put it there, monkey boy. Come on then. When you're all buried, we'll bulldoze your houses and call it Mutantville.
You're dead! Ah! Feel that, eh? That's a full-on 6-bar electrocutor. You feel that?
Shh, it's a heart attack, baby.
Shh. For Jumbo! What did you do to this guy, Quentin? What did we just do? Everything's in blue and white.
I carved my name right across his memory.
Quentin, me and you. Wanna go somewhere warm, brother?
You mean like hell? We've only just got started, Tattoo. We avenged one mutant with 16 million to go. That's more than just a 5-hour trip.
Xavier's, the next day. The surviving youths say a gang of young mutants were responsible for this appalling attack. The survivors reported odd clothing. Striped shirts. I know how some of you feel about this Jumbo Carnation case, but the Xavier Institute does not tolerate vigilante assaults. The aura of unrest in the school is becoming unacceptable. Certain fashion items will no longer be welcome here.
Sir, you taught us to think outside the box. We all receive 2 hours of martial arts instruction every day. Surely we can be trusted to express ourselves without hurting anyone.
The headmaster's office. Quentin Quire discovered he was adopted, and the news appears to have shaken his sense of identity somewhat. From prize student to agitator. And his telepathic talents are deep and subtle. He's able to influence minds around him. These clothes, the angry slogans, are just the outward signs. He's developing a small cult following, with a dangerous anti-human undercurrent. If any of our students were found to be involved in these latest killings, I've always feared something like this. Trouble from within. Yes, Scott. I just can't believe we were seriously talking about rewriting the new mutant charter to give kids the vote, Professor. I'd give them a slap. Discipline is disintegrating, Charles. The kids are just testing their limits. You want my advice? You contain the damage. You wait until they grow out of it, and you don't act like a jerk. Maybe, Logan, but I'm concerned we could be watching the birth of a super criminal right before our eyes. Children need rules. They need role models and limits before they can rebel. They'll have no respect for us if we just let them do whatever they want. Or we could just let Logan counsel them. I'm only talking about life. Trust me, people don't change much from one generation to the next. I don't need telepathy or a psychology degree. I watch people. I stalk them. They got habits, same as every other beast ever lived. The kid's feeling raw and vulnerable. He doesn't know who he is anymore, so he's recreating himself, complete with some half-baked manifesto. I think Logan's right. I'll be back from Hong Kong as soon as I can. Until then, just look after him. Compassion is all very well, but shouldn't we just attribute young Mr. Quire's recreation to the most obvious source? Hypercortisone D. They call it kick. God bless the little dears. It makes them feel like movie stars being directed by God on location in heaven. And so far, it's been linked to 6 deaths in the mutant community. Exactly, Henry. We found this dispenser outside the common room window. I've tried it, of course, in the interest of science. I felt angelic and violently insane for 5 hours. I foresee trouble if this becomes widespread. The special class. Mr. Zorn, can't we go home to the mansion now? Mr. Zorn? We have only just gathered our dead wood, Ernst. Now, step back. There. We are the heat and the light in the forest, see? Without us, this is only a place. With us, it becomes an adventure. Mr. Zorn, no girl says she needs to go into the bushes, so somebody else better keep Dummy moving before she blends into the environment. You look like a total serial killer, Mr. Zorn. What crime did you commit to get slung into jail anyhow? Crime? There was no crime. I became strange and different. Like you, my difference made me a target of ignorance and fear. Different? You mean like gay, right? Well, look what we got here. Let me guess, you're some sissy emo band. Mutant Town. You're suburban neo-Nazis,
Frat boys on dope. I told you this is what we'd look like. What did I say? We're gonna look like a bunch of frat boys.
I'll tell him what we are. Everybody's heard of the X-Men, right? Well, we're the next generation, like on TV. The improved version. We're the new X-Men.
Human Central. For we human beings, a funeral like this is an occasion not for sadness, but for rejoicing. A time even of greedy anticipation. Human Smiths died of blood poisoning when his mutant lung grafts went rotten after a week of agonized waiting. Bob wasn't pure enough to bear his transplants, but we are. For today is the day of the recycled man, the third species eternal, Homo perfectus. Let the harvest begin.
He promised me his X-ray corneas.
The jaws are mine.
Do we all get a bit of him, or is it just the group leaders? This is nice. We're your worst nightmare, you know. Vengeful mutants on drugs. Why would you want to be like us? I mean, really. It's not easy being a mutant, brother. People like you exterminate us, murder our artists, cut out our organs and stick them into your own diseased bodies. Our leaders and teachers expect us to be reasonable, stare at our shoes and do nothing. But I don't think Homo Inferior should have any right to mess up the future the way they've messed up the past.
Don't hurt me.
Agree with me.
I can't touch the ground. I have to breathe pure air. It's my religion, please. I can't touch the fallen world until it's made perfect. Get some kick into your lungs, redneck, my man. Give me 5-bar electric death. I spent the last of my savings on this suit. Please don't ruin it.
You're not a religion. You're a cannibal freak who met some like-minded losers in a seedy chat room and decided to create a do-it-yourself species using pieces of our people. Citizen Redneck, Citizen Herman, New X-Justice.
Hey, Quentin, you want we should tell this guy what Herman's made from before it's too late for him to hear?
You mean bioparaffin, living wax. The world hasn't fallen, you ignorant ape. It's a Garden of Eden made for mutants.
Hey, anybody there? U-Man Patrol to U-Man Central. Dix, are you there? We just called to confirm that mutant colony sighting. We think it's some sort of camping trip from the nearby Xavier Institute. No response.
Bob Schmidt's funeral, remember? Hey, put the laptop away and check out this freak show. They're doing it right out in the open, like bugs, like on the Discovery Channel. The chick's wobbling like a rubber glove filled with milk, and the other thing's like stuff I used to see hanging on hooks in my Uncle Buck's butcher shop. What's he doing now? Why can't I have telescopic vision like U-Man Parr? Her grafts just took. No antibiotics, no infection. These binoculars are useless. Shh, I just checked with the Sublime website. In answer to my brief question, Master John says it's our right and duty to harvest the organs of these mutants. The younger, the better.
I can't do it anymore, Angel. This is supposed to be easy, Beak. Even the birds and bees managed to figure this out, you moron. It's genetic evolution. It's the whole point of the X-Men school. Enough. You're just coming on to me way too strong, Angel Salvador. I wish I had never been a part of this stupid tent expedition. I'm coming on to you? You were squawking out a whole different song 5 minutes ago. Drink, Beaky. Where is the romance here among the bugs and the toadstools? What if somebody trips over us and tells everyone? Ha!
Tells them what? That you said no to the first, last, and best chance you ever had? There's not a hope in 10 billion anybody's gonna find us here. So get— Oh, thank God. Nearby.
So, Mr. Zorn, I definitely saw you sneaking a peek at no girl's sexy fat butt just a moment previous.
No, I still cannot see no girl anywhere, Basilisk.
Oh, she's around.
Martha says she's bored in her bubble. What are we going to do now, Mr. Zorn? Do. This is us doing. I thought we would meditate. Hoped we would become friends and learn something about ourselves and our limits. But I cannot tell when you are trying to be funny or when you are trying to be cruel.
Meditate? Look, don't that make you go blind?
Human! Human! There are human! Run for your lives! Ugh, Martha's screaming. Human cut her body away. She's frightened of the human.
Harvest. Ugh! Oh, I don't like this one bit.
There's about a bunch of them with razor guns. I know these guys from before. They'll kill you like stomping on a roach.
Leave the camping equipment, children. Go. This way. Stay with me. Now, this is quite unacceptable.
We can't go any further, sir. Look.
There will be no need to go further. Stay here. Wait for me.
He can't just leave us here. The guy is 8 feet tall with the power of a tiny blue star in his head, while we're the Xavier School remedial class.
Zorny is so dead. I bet we'll find him all cut up with his head severed off and stuff.
He's got a son for a head. You can't sever a son, Basilisk. Can you? Oh, no. We all have to work together as a team, like they tell us every week in assembly. Hey, this guy's making a really creepy hissing noise, like your grandma dying. Ugh, what is that horrible stink, like egg and Parmesan cheese? Was that you?
That's Dummy, dum-dum. He's a living person.
Martha says he's right. The smell is Dummy escaping into the air. Dummy's an intelligent gas in a suit.
A smart fart. So when did common sense stand on its head and make you the leader anyhow, Beacom?
You are the ones who make me the leader by standing there doing shit. You guys make me look like the X-Men.
But we're supposed to be losers. That's the point of us. That's why they put us in Mr. Zorn's special class.
No way. No way are we losers. Do I look like a loser to you?
You'll never be X-Men material, Peak. And Angel's only here because she likes the taste of finger-licking frozen chicken.
Okay, leader. 15 minutes ago, you were begging me to tell you what went where. Now you're the big man with the plan? Why is everybody now picking on me? We are in a life and death situation. You are the one who could fly, Angel, so fly for help. What kind? Psychiatric?
Excuse me. Help. Please. Don't want to leak away.
The smell of this guy is escaping from the hole in his pervert suit.
He's gonna die. I never saw a human fart die in front of me before.
That is what you think. All we need is something rubber to patch him up, yeah? Aha!
Whoa. So, what's in it for me if I save everybody? Which of you lovely ladies will be my bride?
Do something and even I will be your bride. I did my bit. Martha says, she says no girl has agreed to go out with you on Friday if you help us, Basilisk.
Pleasure.
Sometimes the teacher must leave to make room for learning. Beak dreamed of respect. Ernst could find no one to be responsible for. Basilisk had no focus for his energy. For Dummy, there was no community. And you, Angel. This will be our secret. All will be well.
Yes, sir.
She really said that, Ernst?
No girl said she'd go out with you any time, Basilisk. You have a really nice smile, she says. Your eye beam. It is just some cheap copy of Cyclops. Mr. Summers will sue you for stealing the copyright trademark to his talent.
I got no money. All I got's a seizure in my brain. Sets off a flash that freezes him like roadkill in the lights.
You'll strain your back with that heavy rock, Barnell. You will. There is no way I will trust his stupid eye flash to do the whole job. Somebody has to break the helmet like an egg and stun this guy. Don't look at the U-Man if he scares you, Martha.
A nice smile.
We caught a big one, Mr. Zord, and Martha says she sent a mind alarm to Miss Frost at the school.
Well done, Ernst. I'm proud of you all. The U-Men will leave us alone now.
Well, Mr. Zord, guess who was the unlikely hero of the hour? And I'd like you to meet No Girl, my fiancée.
Yeah, only a girl who is non-existent would go out with this guy.
She's saying hi, Mr. Zord.
Yes, Basilisk. No Girl, forgive me. I was searching in all the wrong frequencies for you. There you are. Welcome to the special class.
Xavier's school.
This promises to be an evening of high-octane wit and cruelly sophisticated chat, girls.
Henry has that thrilling, I'm going to eat you all alive twinkle in his eye.
I'm flattered. You know, I keep seeing this hairstyle turning up everywhere.
Quentin Quire's set have been trying to make it fashionable. Let's not talk about him. He's a particularly unpleasant boy with B.O. We're still sure he plans to disrupt the open day tomorrow somehow.
We've been wise to trust those intuitions of yours before, girls. Where is Mr. Quire anyway? I'd like to speak to him before tomorrow. Did he take your precognition class today, Emma?
Miss Frost. Oh, please, forgive me, girls. Charles, miles away.
Emma,
We shouldn't. We're only having a thought together, Scott. A delicious thought we can both share.
Scott, are you well, my friend? You seem distant and preoccupied.
Oh, no. No, I was listening. Sorry, Zorn. Lot on my mind. I was miles away. The idea of an anti-human protest tomorrow is unthinkable. We're trying to attract human students. The last thing we need is some lunatic movement arising to fill the ideological void left by the death of Magneto. Later. Thank you for a very enjoyable and amusing evening, everyone. I'll be shutting down my thoughts until tomorrow. Wow. So now what happens when the X-Men turn up to kick our asses, Quentin?
Bring them on, I say. We have all night to prepare.
Wolverine's all yours, bro.
Save some cookies for me, chunky boy.
You wanted to see me, Professor. Professor Xavier, you taught us to think outside the box. Do you remember doing that? You encouraged us to think new thoughts, develop new ideas, and find new solutions to old problems. So we did. The helmet's based on Magneto's telepathy-proof technology. You couldn't think into his helmet, and you can't think out of this one. All your rhetoric about man-mutant brotherhood sounded really inspiring when I was 13, Professor. But I grew up. And the world looks different when you're a little taller. Your dream has failed the mutant race at every turn, Professor. Humans can't be reasoned with, and the only thing we haven't actually tried yet is Magneto's way. Total extermination of the human race. The school gates open to the public in 2 hours, Professor.
Look. Secret X Labs. I smell kick. Open day. The professor was supposed to join us for the opening, Miss Frost. That's what he said last night. He likes to make an entrance, dear. I'm sure he's racing against the clock to powder his head just so for the—
Professor X is our hostage. We're hijacking the corrupt and reactionary Xavier Institute. We demand nothing less than year 0 for mutant kind. Try the humans for their crimes. School's out. Riot!
Xavier Institute for Higher Learning.
Now we've got their attention. We're not international criminals. We're not famous super terrorists.
It's true we want to tear down everything you've created and replace it, but it's not because we're monsters. It's because we're young, and it's our right. I'm saying all this out loud because I had the brilliant idea of thought-proofing you, Professor Xavier. It's adapted from a blueprint of Magneto's helmet we found on the net. He had a lot of good ideas, you know.
Yes, he was kind to animals and he could dance the tango to championship standard. He was also a psychopathic murderer and a poor role model in most other respects, Quentin.
Sneer. Humans killed Jumbo Carnation, Xavier. And where were you? Watching the opera?
Humans bomb our cities. Humans trash our whole culture, and what do? Invite them over for dinner.
Things seem to be getting restless up there, Mr. Zorn.
Something's about to happen, Angel. Can you feel it? Human gravity shifting. Energy fields in motion.
This protest is turning violently ugly, Henry.
They said something about the professor being involved. Get your girls out of here, Emma. Wolverine's checking on Charles.
They'll send the X-Men in to get us. And he's second now and we're squished, Quentin.
Then we're going out in glory, Tattoo. Herman, you're on stage, petroleum butt.
Light me, redneck. I'll try and be careful not to hit any of your girlfriends, Quentin. Those beautiful blonde stepford cuckoos.
Shut up! Make terror, you moron!
Hey, I am Herman, the living weapon. How did you guess I could do this, Quentin?
Well, another gold star, girls. It looks like you were right about Master Quire and his gang of bad haircuts. This is quite appalling. We told you, Miss Frost. We knew he'd ruin our open day. He wants to make a mess of everything. I'm sure it's just another petulant cry for help, girls. I don't know what it is about young people these days, but I do miss the imagination and verve of the little zealots I used to teach. There was a wild, romantic light in their eyes, and they threw themselves into the fray at every turn. Now it's all bored stares, vague demands, and a few broken windows. Hardly the stuff of mutant legend. But weren't they all killed, Miss Frost? The students you used to teach? Esme! There were one or two fatalities, yes. But for heaven's sake, Esme, let's try not to dwell on the downside. She's only trying to inspire us.
Seize the school! Try the humans for their crimes!
Oh, for heaven's sake! Seize the school, and then what? And then what?
Quentin, I can honestly understand the attraction of violent change. When I was your age, I used to imagine using my telepathic talents to short-circuit the minds of despots.
You were never my age, Professor. 16 million mutants died in Genosha while you were imagining new ways to do nothing.
Real change takes lifetimes. Quentin,
So, how far are we taking this, baby? Quentin?
I don't know. I've never done this before. How far do you get?
About as far as this, bub. I know it'll hurt, but I gotta say it. Your speeches are even more pompous than Charlie's. Acting superior when you're just confused, never won anybody any prizes.
Oh, is that so, Wolverine?
You're shaking, kid. Do yourself some hard thinking before blood starts pouring out of this drug-induced prank you started.
It's not a prank. It's a mutiny against Charles Xavier's destructive lies. Hard thinking. You know that nagging thought in the back of your head, Mr. Logan?
Ugh, you sure got some stones, kid.
Yeah, I definitely got yours, sir. That thought's got so loud you can't think past it, right?
James! No, James, I'm here! Here! James!
Wolverine? That's Wolverine you just messed with, you pseudocidal genius. He'll hunt you down.
No, he won't, redneck. That's just his image. It doesn't matter anyway. What we do here will never be forgotten.
This is way out of line. Break it up now. Lay down your weapons unless you want the Xavier teaching staff to turn this into an impromptu martial arts lesson. How about turning some of this big tough justice on the humans who killed Jumbo Carnation? How about that, Mr. Summers? You just gonna let the humans walk all over?
You broke his fucking nose. That's total assault.
The next Joker gets a broken leg tattoo. We don't tolerate killers.
What about Jumbo Carnation?
Humans murdered him like a dog in the street. On the contrary, the truth is we've established what happened the night of Jumbo's death in some detail with help from the human police. Some humans roughed him up a little, it's true, but that's not what killed him. Jumbo Carnation died from a self-administered overdose of the drug Kick. Humans aren't responsible for everything. Maybe we should all take a deep breath and calm down. More of Xavier's lies, Dr. McCoy. Student performance evaluation. Grade poor.
Oh, big man. Evaluate this, Mr. One-Eye. I solidify. You die. Two can play this dreary game, dear. You solidify, you die too. Now, remove your hand very gently from Mr. Summers' head.
I'm the Inhuman Torch! Herman's sure gonna feel that in the morning. One of the students is aflame, Zorn, and chasing a bus full of humans towards Salem Center. There are cameras everywhere. The open day is now an unqualified disaster, Scott. Unless we salvage this situation and redeem the image of the staff by effortlessly tackling the problem as though it were a demonstration of mutant teaching skill. I'm a suicide bomb! Kill the humans! Kill the humans! You make it all sound so easy, Hank.
Cerebra, the professor's machine can magnify our brain power 10 times, or so I've heard. That should be about as much as we need. Sophie! Quentin Quire is an Omega-strength mutant. He can make people do all kinds of things. And the first thing he'll do is make us take all our clothes off. But we are the 5-in-1, Esme. Well, just because Miss Frost's old students wore spandex and flew around like idiots doesn't mean we have to be stupid too. Stop fussing, Esme, and hand me the kick. Haven't you ever wanted to be a superhero?
So much for the dream. All my life I've waited for this dream to come true. We were promised peace and security. All my life. Where is it? This place taught me nothing but what it was like to run and fight and hide and...
You could have submitted your critique in the form of an essay, Quentin. That helmet proved as flimsy as your plan.
Big joke. I can see all around your thoughts from every angle, Professor. I know I've made you question all those big assumptions you just take for granted.
You've caused some property damage and hurt some people, but it's over now. The revolution lasted minutes, Quentin. These drugs you're taking are driving your thoughts too hard and too fast.
Hand over the school to the students. We don't need the kind of education that turns us into victims.
Perhaps it's only you who feels like a victim, Quentin. Girls! No!
Shit.
I suppose you think this is some big fight between youth and experience, anarchy and authority. People like you always miss the point, Quentin Quire. It's all about in versus out.
I started up my own movement and everything, so you'd look up to me.
Ew.
I didn't mean it. I just wanted to change things and be famous or something because I was adopted and I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I didn't want to hurt anyone.
Then you didn't think this through at all, did you, Mr. Quire?
Sophie?
Spare us the histrionics, Herman. You'll live. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
The Xavier Institute for Higher Learning.
All you Omegas are gonna do time in a human jail. When the professor finally convinces the authorities to hand you back, you'll be sent to the third world. And that's where you'll get to put all that revolutionary energy to good use, helping people who need it. You're gonna help people until you bleed, and you sob, and then you're gonna help some more. A bright kid with her whole life ahead of her is dead because of you people. Another is missing, presumed evaporated. You can't put us in a human jail, Wolverine. We were totally under the influence of a superior mind. It was Quentin Quire. He made us do it. Yeah, and I'm making you do this. Clear?
The Rose Garden, Tuesday.
Beside me, gathering beauty as she grew, like the bright shade of some immortal dream, which walks when tempest sleeps, the wave of life's dark stream. We must be strong, girls, as strong as our dear Sophie who gave her life yesterday, with such fearlessness and glory and panache. I propose we create a shrine here among the roses she loved so much, Sophie's bower, where... Girls... What good is a shrine, Miss Frost? Or perhaps you're hoping it might inspire more children to their deaths. We were the 5 in 1. What are we now? Oh, and we shan't be coming back here after the prize giving, Miss Frost. We'll be working to restore our telepathic talents in Switzerland with Madame Lafarge. Lafarge? But Lafarge has hair on the back of her hands. Girls, what are you saying? We're saying Sophie's dead because she believed all the rubbish you talk about being superior. You're all shiny surface with nothing underneath. You have no feeling and no heart. Just nasty jokes and cleverness. People like you are a danger to impressionable children, Miss Frost. Goodbye. No, that's not true. I love children. Teaching is my life. If you love them so much, then why do you let them die all the time, you silly old woman? Old? I'm only 27, you ungrateful wretches.
The Infirmary, Thursday. Henry. Diagnosis.
Quentin's temperature is all over the place, Professor Xavier. Brain scans look like seismic activity graphs during a particularly large quake. Brain cells are converting to, and I'm serious, faster than light energy and disappearing, one by one. I know as much about mutant biology as anyone else alive, so my best guess qualifies as current theory.
What's happening to me? What are they all saying about me? Professor?
I think some kind of unforeseen secondary mutation is beginning to occur, triggered by Quentin's abuse of hypercortisone D. Kick.
I'm here, Quentin, but I can't see into your mind.
I hear thoughts in Chinese, and French, and Arabic, but it's everyone thinking the same stupid thought. Just one thought divided into ignorant boxes, jabbering so hard it can't hear itself thinking.
I've heard it too, Quentin.
Everyone's scared of their replacements, scared of their children, scared of themselves.
Like a hand scared of its fingers. The loneliness and loss felt in a world without telepathy. I know.
I'm streaming, going away, into the bigger rooms, Outside rooms bigger than the whole world, Professor. I understand things. I don't know who my parents are because I haven't been born yet. I'll be born soon and meet them there, in these rooms.
Henry, fetch Zorn. His healing gifts might be our last chance.
Professor, it's the future already. I thought I was going to miss it. Look at the curve of time. Manhattan is gone. The school is gigantic. So I'm thinking, what if you're wrong, Professor X? I couldn't help thinking that thought and letting it loose. Not trying to be rude, but what if you'd really missed the point?
That's a question we all must ask ourselves every day, Quentin. I've done many good things and I've made many terrible mistakes. Zorn, quickly! The boy is dying! No, he is only changing, Professor Xavier. I feel we would be wrong to interfere. Quentin, I am Zorn. Do not be afraid.
What if we were both wrong, Professor X, and it wasn't humans to blame at all?
When I was a boy, not much younger than you are, Quentin, a little star opened like a flower inside my head.
What if the real enemy was inside all along?
A flower made of lights is opening in you. I can help you to let go of your last, painful attachments to this flesh where you were grown. There is something in you that is like me. Do you see? God help me. So much potential wasted. Later, Quentin Quire was liberated from his physical cocoon and born into a higher world at exactly 4:32 this afternoon. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but in this case, we believe it to be the literal truth. My goal is integration with humankind through peaceful coexistence and mutual self-development. My methods are non-violent and require time and patience. In light of recent events, I'm willing to consider that my approach may be an error. You're free to continue this protest for as long as you have the inclination, bearing in mind that the school will be closing for the summer in exactly 6 days. Following the break, I will be stepping down as headmaster. I hope to see you all at the prize-giving ceremony. Manhattan, Friday.
I look totally stupid. Nonsense, Angel dear. You've left totally stupid far behind, and now you look exquisite. Pose in the mirror, dear, and you'll see. Listen, Miss Frost, there was something I wanted to talk to you about, like important stuff. Any time, dear. I've been searching for a new project, and right now, no one needs my advice more than you do. The journey from ugly quacker to glamorous swan has begun, Miss Salvador. Let Emma be your guide. Yeah, sure. Mr. Zorn keeps saying I'd make a pretty good superhero, too. Taxi!
Prize giving, Saturday. For outstanding achievement in the field of telepathic communications and for exceptional bravery in defense of the ideals of the Xavier Institute. Them girls is weird. Mr. Zorn, I think I smell a dummy, sir. I think he's still floating around alive in the shape of a gas, kinda around near where your butt is.
Basilisk! Shush!
And now, this special award is for outstanding achievement in heroism and honors our potential X-Men of the future. Barnell Bohusk, a.k.a. The Beak, and Angel Salvador. Losers!
Angel, we're going to miss the prizes. This is the one time in my life I have the chance to be taken seriously as more than just a potential source of food for dogs. Shut up. Like we're ever gonna win anything in this rotten existence. Trust me, Beak, if the can you were born in says loser on the label, then that's what's in. I am not a loser. I am so sick of that word. Okay, you be Mr. Sunshine and show me how it's done. 2 words, Beaky. I'm pregnant. They'll throw us out of school unless we do something fast, Barnell. Us? What does this have to do with... Oh, boy. And no Miss Frost either. Now there's a surprise. So we're all agreed. Who can we call on the psychic telephone to see if our heads still work? Someone who's really good at telepathy. Someone who can see into the hardest skull. I know. How about one of the teachers?
Fasten your seatbelts and return all trays to an upright position for landing at JFK International Airport.
This is New York City, Soraya. Don't be scared by anything you see. We're not far from the school I told you about. Mrs. Gray Summers, hello. We're ever so sorry to interrupt. Hello. Is that Emma's cuckoos? We know you'll see this in our minds now anyway, so we suppose we'd better just tell you. It's about your husband and Miss Frost.
I figured I'd find you here. We need to talk, Emma.
I was just checking my nose for cracks. It's never been right since it was broken by that awful man.
I have to make a decision.
Oh, Scott, this last week has been hideous. I'm so glad you're here. I just want to get away from all this crushing misery and have some fun. Somewhere safe inside our heads, Scott, where no one can find us.
Emma.
Deep in a private thought, where we're safe to explore all those difficult feelings without guilt. Bereavement always fills me with an unforgivable lust, darling.
Emma, I'm betraying my wife. I can't go on like this.
It's not real. They're just thoughts.
Please don't touch my visor. I mean it. It's really dangerous. I could kill you just by looking at you.
I only wanted to see if your eyes were as red as your face.
I want to, but I can't.
The betrayal's all in your head, Scott.
I'm not like this. En Sabah Nur made me think like this. When I was possessed, he made everything seem boring afterwards. He made my life seem so small, my experiences so limited.
So you say, but those dark feelings he left in your head are just ordinary human emotions, Scott. Oh, for heaven's sake, do you like me with red hair? Stop trying to live up to such ridiculous, restrictive ideals. Let yourself fall. Stop being such an old superhero, Scott.
But I've never been anything else. I've never been allowed to be anything else.
Well, you can be anything you like now. You're safe in Auntie Emma's wicked thoughts. Is this really how you wish it was with Jean? Oh, Scott, you're making me lose control. I'm going to explode with passion and fry the stars, darling. Unless you... Oh, dear. Don't tell me. You can explain.